Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to talk about Captain Tsubasa, Rise of New Champions, if you should buy the game, and of course, what should you expect from this football arcade anime game. That's right. So the purpose of this video, guys, is very important, and of course, this video might actually save you a good $60 if you're going to buy this game and you don't know what you're getting into. Okay, so this is really important. Now, I might buy the game myself because I'm planning to review the game online and, you know, just do some videos about it and stuff, but that's just because I want to cover it as a YouTuber. You should not do this unless you really want a game. So, number one, very important, what features is this game going to have? So first of all, this is going to be a real-time football game. It's not going to be based on cards, okay? So you're not going to put your card and then he does a move and stuff like that, okay? It's going to be 100% active real-time arcade. So just imagine, for example, I don't know, Pro Evolution Soccer or FIFA, okay? So it's gonna be just like that, but of course with superpower attacks. So number one is gonna have a story mode. It's gonna have a versus mode, online or offline, okay? So it's gonna have both modes. It's gonna have an actual career mode, which is called actually different, but it's basically you create your own character, and then your main purpose is to basically defeat Captain Tsubasa in the Junior Inter High, in the actual tournament, okay, where Captain Tsubasa achieved the V3. In this one, you have to stop him from achieving it, and of course, this is like an original episode, because in this one is very different. So here we see all the features of the game. So guys, so this is an action anime sports game, single player, competitive multiplayer. It has also co-op multiplayer, which is really nice. That's really cool because it has co-op, so you can actually play together with people online, which is really cool. I don't know if it's going to be like 2v2 or 4v4, but I presume it's going to be at least 2v2, just like in Pro Evolution Soccer, for example. You can do 2v2 online, which is really great. Online and multi-language localization, so of course you guys can enjoy it. Now check this out, it actually has actually we kind of skipped there. So it has mild blood, mild language, mild violence, okay? So of course in-game purchases, users interact. So it has also like in-game purchases. So I'm not 100% sure what this is going to mean. Maybe this means DLC, because some I know that when you apply for the license for a game, to enable DLC, you actually have to name it as in-the-game purchases, which means that this is not definitely like microtransactions. It's just basically telling us that in the future there's gonna be DLC content, which of course I'm expecting, because this is gonna be a football game, and of course it's going to expand because it's gonna have a lot of content, especially because it's gonna be online multiplayer. So it's gonna be lots of championships, lots of cups. Of course it's gonna be quite competitive, and of course that means it's gonna be a lot of stuff happening here, guys. Of course, before I go any forward, please subscribe to the channel, guys. Please smash that like button, and of course we will continue to cover this game with more information, news when it comes out, of course. So to be up to date with that, to see some gameplay, to see analysis, of course, on this channel, please stay subscribed to this channel, guys. Alright, so moving on, what else do we have here? So we have the Captain Tsubasa typical gameplay. So you have your signature skills, and of course you have the authentic style soccer action. So execute powerful offensive and defensive moves to gain an advantage during the match. Multiple gameplay modes, including story mode, versus and online versus, okay? Now, the special attacks, the way they work is that you build up a bar. If you guys watched the gameplay on YouTube like a few months ago, you build the bar, and then once it reaches a critical point, you can actually execute a special attack, and of course, depending on your character, he will execute a different type of attack. Now, what about the characters? Like, what kind of characters are we gonna get? Is there like a guide for this? Well, actually there is. So on the actual website of Bandai Namco, if you go to nbandainamco.eu, there's actually some information about more characters. So these are actually the characters in the game. It says here, the latest Captain Tsubasa game with toon shading and realistic effects. This is actually the first game after 10 years. The last console game for Captain Tsubasa was released 10 years ago. The detailed presentation of every single style in our popular characters will heat up battles in the new Captain Tsubasa game, super plays clashing in high-speed arcade football action. This title adapts the arcade football genre that allows gamers to experience super plays in real time, one of the reasons Captain Tsubasa games are so popular. And then here we have the kind of like famous characters. These are the characters which are going to be popular in the story mode and stuff. Right, and also obviously some of them are actually part of like the international teams, and they actually presented even more characters, okay, in the actual game. So these are going to be like kind of the heroes in the game. So I want you to imagine this game like being like kind of similar to League of Legends, just a bit, okay, for a second. So you have your heroes, which is basically Tsubasa, Kaijiro, Kojiro, all these heroes, and they have some special abilities. The other ones are just playing characters. They don't have any special moves, but of course you can use them on the field as just any other player. So you use them to do the passes and stuff, but then of course for the special finishers, for the special attacks, you have to use your special characters. The other characters, for example, will still have some sort of special moves, of course, but not as amazing as Tsubasa or Kojiro, which means that of course you have to make sure to use them smartly. I mean, the same as in real football. For example, in a football team, you will have the superstar, okay, and then of course you will have the other ones which are pretty much like also good players, but they're not obviously up there to the maximum level. So when you use them on the field, you have to know what you're doing to obviously avoid misunderstandings and of course use them to their maximum potential. So we are going to get also international league, or international story or something, because of course here we see Captain Tsubasa Zora with the Japanese t-shirt against the French, and also we have here the Senegal, we have here America, USA, we have Germany, okay, so we have quite a lot of countries. I think we also have Italy, I believe, and maybe Brazil. I'm not 100% sure about that one, but these are already confirmed. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different countries confirmed apart from Japan, and these countries will participate in like European or the international tournament, right? And in the international tournament, then obviously you can play against these countries and then use them also for online PvP, which is going to be very interesting. Now for the actual kind of career mode in the game, they've actually released some trailers on the career mode. So basically the way it's going to be that you're going to start the game and you're going to have to choose one of 3 schools. Okay, so you choose one of 3 schools. One of the schools is going to be the school which Kojiro goes to. The other one is going to be where Jun goes to, Jun Mitsurugi, and the other one is going to be where the other character, I don't remember his name, he must be here somewhere. Maybe this one, I believe this guy, yeah, this guy, Hikaru Matsuyama, I believe this guy, I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, it was the people who like stay in the north, in like Hokkaido, in the Hokkaido area. So you can choose one of these 3 teams. Now when you go on the career mode, your main purpose is to gain skills, level up pretty much, right, and then gain special abilities. If you increase your friendship with some of the heroes in which team you are, you cannot choose Tsubasa's team, okay, to pretty much, because the goal is to kind of defeat Tsubasa. Then you can learn their special moves, which is really cool. I don't think you can be a goalkeeper, I believe. I'm not 100% sure. I just know that you can be an actual player on the field, okay, very important. And of course, you can be able to kind of build up your kind of experience in your career. So it's very interesting because it's going to be like kind of like career mode where you become like the actual star in the game. Like you are the actual person who is going to evolve. So there's obviously lots of gameplay, lots of story there, lots of content, lots of stuff to do. So hopefully this helped you guys understand the content. So the biggest questions of all, basically the question which brought you to this video: should you buy this game or not? So number 1 is, if you are a massive fan of Captain Tsubasa and you understand that this is going to be an arcade mode, okay, it's going to be an arcade football game. It's not going to be simulation, it's not going to be realistic, there's going to be lots of over-the-top action, okay, very important. It's going to have cell shading, so if you like that, of course, then of course go for it 100%. If you are not that much of a fan of the Captain Tsubasa, but you like the flashy moves and stuff, of course this is really cool and stuff, understand that this is not a traditional football game, or soccer in America. It's not a traditional game. Okay, because in this one it's all about using your special skills to overwhelm your opponent and of course like use them in the right time. So it's also like a strategy game and also a football game in real time. Your team does get obviously tired and stuff, so there's also moments of like people actually not being able to run that fast, whatever. So it has some sort of strategy there, it has some sort of tactics in there as well, But overall, this is not a simulation game just like the FIFA, for example, right? So do not buy this game thinking that you're gonna play it like FIFA. This is over the top, super crazy, massive action, special attacks, and craziness, okay, in the actual game. If you're happy with that, of course, that means that yes, you will be happy with the game. If you don't like that, of course, and you want simulation, do not buy this game because you're gonna waste your money and you're gonna be bored or you're gonna be annoyed because the content of this game is pretty much over the top football. Okay, very important. Hopefully I helped you there. Of course, the best thing to do, I guess, for this game is to wait till the reviews come out and then make a decision. Because, of course, you know, yes, it's obviously Captain Tsubasa, and, you know, I really want to believe that this is going to be a great game on myself, but of course you never know. Because, you know, at the end of the day, we saw very little of it. There's not a lot of information yet for the game. And there's just a few trailers here and there, so we can't really see like the in-depth game mechanics and stuff. We haven't actually seen like online mode, so I hope that the online servers of the game are actually good. They're not crap, because for example in Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm 4, the online servers were absolutely ridiculously slow and bad and glitchy. So I'm hoping that this is not going to be the case here, because if that's the case in this game, then of course like half of the content is already unplayable. So hopefully that's not going to be the case, guys. Alright, so hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys, and you found value to this. Like I said before, always, please subscribe to the channel, guys, and please smash the like button, guys. The goal is to get to 10k subscribers, guys, and I know we can do it. We can do it. We can definitely achieve that target. Anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed this video, and of course, see you in my next videos. Bye.